Good morning everyone, time for another POX video. Today I will be playing these POX lists, which has the Dark Rituals in the sideboard. Otherwise, like a lot of the cards probably look familiar. It's mostly based on this deck, like an old one. They replaced 2 Inquisition, of course, 2 Instant Blood with Fatal Push. 1 Liliana of the Veil with Liliana at Last Hope. And change the extirpates for surgical extractions, and the Nether Spirit for Chains of Mephistopheles. Like, I'm not sure if 4 sinkholes is currently good enough, but I want to give the card a chance again. And at least the sinkholes, where are they? Yeah, the sinkholes really complement the Trinisphere Nether Void plan a bit better. Like recently I've been mostly playing 2 or 3 sinkholes, if any. But I wanted to stick as close to the original list as possible, even though it's like 4-year-old list, 3.5 years. So it's probably outdated, but I really like playing this version. Yes, I like to play first. Like, because of Rishadan Port, I'm going to keep. Because I have a turn 1 play, and at least Port gives me a turn 2 play. And Pox does not want to be down on cards on our opponent. Okay, if they're burn, Port is not going to be great, obviously, because they may just like bolt us with the mana. Like they float the mana in response to Port activation. I think burn is a quite poor matchup in general, so that's not good. Like, maybe I want Collective Brutality for these kinds of matchups. Although it's tempting to Inquisition plus Port, I think I want to kill their Swift Spear. And I think I want to use Liliana for it. Like, Deluge would only cost 2 life, and maybe in later game it will deal more damage. But yeah, like, I may want to, if they don't have a lot more creatures, then I can discard this to Liliana. I use Liliana for... Oh, they chose to kill the Liliana. I don't mind at all. I think I want to Inquisition them before playing Urborg, in case they have like 3 Price of Progresses or something where the Urborg will be really bad. Bedlam Reveler, I don't care with Liliana. Parastatic Pillar will deal a lot of damage, because we don't have a way to deal with it. And like, Fatal Push does nothing here, but Deluge for 4 is not great either. So that's I think we have to try and, like, we're gonna be down a lot on life if he draws 3 new cards. So we're gonna try to kill the Bedlam Reveler with Liliana if he doesn't bolt it, and then keep Fatal Push if he draws a Goblin Guide or something similar. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, he can't go Bedlam Reveler yet. I think it's the fifth one, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, like him playing out his land means we'll be able to discard either the Bolt or the Reveler with Liliana. I think he should have kept the land in hand, discard it to Liliana, like Bolt us or Liliana at some point and hope to draw a land to cast his Bedlam Reveler. I think I want Mishra's Factory, then Cursed Scroll him, and port during upkeep. And we need him not to draw another land, because now I think he has 5. Let's see, spike 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So any land he draws will cost him the Reveler. Let's see. I single him and I port. I think I don't Cursed Scroll. I think it's worth more to attack his mana as much as possible. Unless maybe if he discards the Bedlam Reveler. He does not. Although yeah, I think he can. Like he can still top deck a land because now he has another sorcery in the graveyard. Okay, that's unlucky. Because he has 3 new cards, I may want to port him, but if he has an instant, that sucks. Like if I scroll and attack, he takes 4. If I like scrolling or factory, kind of does the same. I think I want to keep scroll open, like in case he has a Goblin Guide. So I think I want to port and scroll, and then I can still. Actually, I can just block Goblin Guide with Mishra's Factory. Yeah, but can you scroll to end of turn scroll if he does not play a dude? That sucks. But it may cost him more damage because we can deal 4 damage a turn with scroll and factory without casting any more spell ever. Well, he needs to cast spells to... actually, that's risky. I think he can still make a land drop and play Goblin Guide. So I'm not going to respond here. Swamp Reno. think I don't need the second Curse Scroll, because it will take me some damage. And I don't have the mana to both scroll and... Although it could have increased the clock by a lot more. So I think because of Pyrostatic Pillar, I want to deal as much damage as possible instead of porting here. Like, because if he plays out 2 or 3 spells this turn, at least he will take more damage himself. Okay, it has prowess but no haste, so I don't care about that dude. I think I'm going after his life total first because of the prowess. He may just be holding a lightning bolt to This one is tricky. Like, if he double bolts me in response to Liliana activation, I want to be able to kill his Soulscar Mage in response. Actually, it won't matter, because he'll get the 1 prowess trigger first. No, I'll just... Like, I thought the prowess triggers would both go on the stack, but of course if he lets the first one resolve before playing the second bolt. So I think I just wanna discard the Cursed Scroll here. So, does he have an instant, is the question. I think I'm gonna wait for his upkeep. At least if he plays an instant, I can tap the land he did not use and restrict his mana even more. Okay, he did have the Price of Progress, I guess. Yeah, Price of Progress, that's gonna hurt. I may want Mishra's Factory here instead of... Like, he needs to top deck exactly Bolt to make this a bad line. Like, or something else maybe to give it a prowess boost. Maybe Lava Spike would suck as well. But I think being able to block the Soulscar Mage and then like sacrifice it, make him sacrifice it with Liliana. Oh, he redirected it to Liliana. This guy does not know how Mishra's factory works, I think. Because Liliana, like, of course it would have killed the creature. I think dealing 6 damage is more important if you're burn. Oh yeah, he said oops. Probably about the Mishra's factory. Yeah, factory is great. And I think he's dead because Parasitic Pillar will mean anything he draws that deals damage will damage him equally. Like even if he draws 2 more Price of Progresses to deal 12, he will be more dead himself. Actually, I don't need Rishadan Port, so I might as well, like he has 4 mana, so Port doesn't do anything. So I might as well keep the Cursed Scroll open for more flexibility. Okay, that worked out better than expected. One Ratchet Bomb against all the hate enchantments. I may want Dark Ritual because my deck is otherwise slow. Trinisphere, I think Nether Void is better. So Trinisphere is on the maybe pile. Make this my maybe pile. Deluge, probably too costly. Thoughtseize on the maybe pile. Like if I can grab a Price of Progress, it's okay, but in general, maybe I want Trinisphere in, Dark Ritual in, Deluge out. I can potentially cut a land or something. Yeah, I think Thoughtseize saving 1 life isn't worth it for me. And it's not a combo deck, so 3 Dark Rituals are probably good enough. Awkward. How many black sources do I have? 26 lands, 20, 16. Okay, I have 16 black sources, so that's not enough to hit one reliably. That's a pity, because the hand was kind of fine. This one is good, like I can turn 1 Inquisition, take something, and then go for Nether Void if he does not resolve a creature. Wasteland. Maybe I could have cut a Wasteland. Like it's only good against Price of Progress, but otherwise they don't really play lands I want to destroy. I think because as a creature I don't want to Nether Void, so I'm just going to kill his mountain, because Burn might keep one yeah, they often keep lands with only 1 mana. See, Chain Lightning is most likely to cast it soon, but Magma Jet might scry him into more things, and so Ferric Vortex is hard to answer. I think I'm just gonna gonna think mostly about the early game and prevent him from casting more prowess spells. Just like slowing down the clock. And then I have more... Wait, he did not attack? Okay. My opponent is struggling a bit with the Magic Online interface, I think. I think Sulfuric Vortex will deal the most damage here. So if you don't play artifacts, you're facing like you're facing 5 more damage from these, and otherwise you're 7 plus 2. Otherwise these will add 9 damage. Okay, smallpox. On the one hand it's good, but of course getting rid of our own Nether Void is not ideal. I think I want to sacrifice the basic swamp because I want both to be able to port him of mana and to have like double black up. Like it's worse against Price of Progress. He discarded Fire Blast, of course. But if he misses his land drop now, I may be able to port him off mana for quite a while. On the one hand, Trinisphere gives him something to smash. On the other hand, he needs to top deck a land to do so, otherwise I can start porting him. So I think I'm gonna take the risk. Although I only have 2 lands myself. Oh, okay, I got punished. Okay, I don't think I'm winning this one. My opponent should have done it at the end of my turn, because if I didn't draw a land but a spell, I wouldn't have been able to play it. That's not good. Come on, spell. At least he won't be able to cast Sulfuric Vortex for now. That may be worth something. And basically we're dead to anything he could draw. Trinisphere, mistake. What did we learn here? Thoughtseize may be okay. Oh yeah, I think I wanted to cut a Wasteland. Maybe Thoughtseize is not as bad. Like at least it could take the some of the more annoying spells, like Sulfuric Vortex. This seems reasonable. It has a turn 1. Like if he stumbles on mana, if we can take a creature and get him like Sinkhole his first land and then Trinisphere. Yeah, I think on the play this is reasonable. On the draw it would be too slow, I guess, burn. He does have 2 creatures, that's annoying. So we will need to deal with the creature at some point. So he plays Soulscar Mage, we take his land. Yeah, I still need to take the second Soulscar Mage. Because if he top decks another land, he might get a second creature online before we get to Trinisphere. Like if I Sinkhole, he gets to play another spell, but if I Dark Ritual now, then we can Sinkhole one turn later. But then he would have to top deck 2 lands before doing anything. So I think that's what I want to do. It's slightly less mana efficient. But I think it slows our opponent down more. And then we can start porting him until we find a removal spell. So we have 18 turns, no, we have 17 turns to top deck a something that kills creatures. Actually, we have less turns now because of Thoughtseize. I think I will take Smash to Smithereens. Like they all costs. Oh, I should have left Wasteland untapped, although it doesn't matter. Like they all cost 3 mana, so it doesn't matter going for the one he will cost more easily of taking a land. And yeah, Smash will get him out of the Trinisphere lock. Like then he will be able to play suddenly 3 or 4 spells a turn after that. So I can pay 4 mana and 4 Delve 4. There is no reason to get this Urborg into the graveyard to delve more yet. So I'm gonna keep it for a potential Curse Scroll. And I think Tombstalker should win us the game here. Like there's no way he's beating a 4-turn clock under a Trinisphere. This is only non-combat damage. Okay, so I can safely block without reducing my clock. I'm recording, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Sinkhole and Trinisphere, a good combination against Burn. I should stop waking up so early. I've been up since 6. Yeah, this one. I'm not maybe this exact style of box would prefer the 4th Liliana of the Veil instead of the Last Hope. But I hope we'll find out in this match here, like in this series. Like if I play main deck Dark Ritual, I think Liliana of the Last Hope gives a better long-term plan because you don't want to discard. Anyway, I'm gonna keep this because turn 1 and turn 2 play, and hope they're not on combo. But yeah, like if you're going all in with Dark Rituals, it could be kind of risky to discard your hand to your own Liliana. But in this version, maybe the sacrifice effect is stronger than the Liliana effect. Also because I'm not playing Dark Confidence in the sideboard. But Liliana Last Hope is also really good at bringing back confidence from the graveyard. Blood Moon. I hope they don't Chandra me. If they play Chandra here, I may be inclined to concede, because I don't think I can beat it. Like, I can wait and see what I top deck, but like he's gonna provide both card advantage and like a really fast clock. It will start dealing 5 damage a turn, more or less. And like I would need Mishra's Factory here to beat it, so I don't want to show him what deck I'm on. I may want Damnation, because they got kind of big threats. Like if they're not... Like if they're on Rabble Master, Deluge could be good enough, but if they're on like bigger creatures, I could want Damnation. Ratchet Bomb I definitely want. I don't want Trinisphere, because they play Trinisphere themselves. And I do want Needles against all the Planeswalkers. I want my own Planeswalkers. Maybe spot removal is not great here. I mean, it could kill like a Magus or something, or a Simprother. Yeah, I think they don't play Rabble Master anymore these days, so I may want to cut that one, these ones. And yeah, maybe I can cut a Cursed Scroll. I mean, it does pressure Planeswalkers, but it's kind of weak against Chalice of the Void late game. Let's play first, yes. This one is tricky. I think I'm going to keep. I need to needle Chandra blindly in case they have Chalice. It's mulliganing quite badly. Chandra, Torch of Defiance. There should be a 4-off in his deck. Chalice or Blood Moon are fine with me, as long as he doesn't get the Coth of the Hammer down. Like I think Sinkholing his Ancient Tomb should set him back quite a lot if he goes for a Blood Moon or any other spell really. Ooh, Trinisphere. And I think I want to upkeep port him first. He shouldn't, like, unless he has another Ancient Tomb, he probably won't be able to cast another spell himself. Okay. Opponent is mana screwed. I think Cinco is good here. Oh yeah, of course they just mulliganed very badly. So I think I want to play Mishra and Inquisition first, because Liliana making him discard a random card is worse than actually Rebel Master is very annoying against us, but he's more likely to top deck a mountain than to top deck a soul land. I did take out the Deluges, so I think I have to take a Rebel Master, because Chalice isn't doing anything against any of the cards in our hand. I want to land. I can't play Tombstalker yet, but I think I have to discard a Sinkhole. Like, if he plays a mountain, we can start porting it. If he plays another thing, we can wasteland it. So I'd rather discard the Sinkhole than the Tombstalker here. Let's see, collective, what's it called again? Collective Defiance or something. No, not that one. Fiery Confluence. Yeah, that one. It can deal only 3 damage to each creature. Yeah, so they can't deal with Tombstalker unless they have like Chandra. Does it deal? It deals 4 damage as well. Yeah, so they would need Chandra plus Defiance. And let me see, maybe because of Rebel Master I do want the Deluges. Maybe Innocent Blood isn't that good here. And on the draw, they'll have too many important things on the table before I can get to Nether Void them. Actually, maybe I do want Innocent Blood. I'll go for the Damnation if they go wide. This does solve a Chalice or like Rebel Master potentially, but it doesn't have any turn 1 play. I'm going to keep and regret it. Okay. At least I'm glad I didn't mulligan to a 1 mana cost spell. I'm playing the Swamp here instead of Mishra in case I draw a Sinkhole or a Smallpox that I need to play. Like normally I would maybe play Mishra first, so I would have the option of attacking with it straight away. Oh, that's bad. Actually, it's not. Like I need to play the Ratchet Bomb, but not crack it yet. Then I need to untap. Crack the Ratchet Bomb, and Fatal Push the Rebel Master because of Revolt. Like, he will get another use out of his Chromox, and he will get in some more damage. But he only has 2 more cards in his hand, so... And he won't be able to play another Chalice this turn. Magus is fine. Actually, if he did not play the Magus, I could just have killed the creatures here and like Liliana sacrifice it, make him sacrifice it with Liliana. So yeah, I have to take quite some damage here, unfortunately. But he will... Oh yeah, he wouldn't even have been able to play the Magus if I cracked it straight away. But then he would still have gotten a new token blocker, like a new token. Yeah, I think there was no way to play this better. So, gonna kill all this stuff. Sadly, because I can't kill the Magus yet, it means I can't wasteland him off his second mana. But I'm still kind of happy with the way this turned out. Oh yeah, I can actually just sinkhole him off some more mana. Yeah, next turn I Liliana away his Magus, I wasteland his city, and I should be fine. Or I could Thoughtseize him and see what's going on. I think that's not what I want to do. Because he won't have any mana, so nothing will actually be going on. Yeah, Box is Box is fun for everybody. I may have plus Liliana first, because then he might make a different choice based on me Thoughtseizing him. Probably not. Fiery Confluence deals with Planeswalkers, but Volcanic Fallout as well. And he needs double red for both of these. Like, I don't care about Magus, because I can make him sacrifice it with Liliana. Fiery Confluence does deal a lot of damage though. But if he top decks lands, Liliana will force him to discard it. So I think I'm just going for the instant speed one because it's more flexible. Oh, he discarded Fiery Confluence. I mean, he's not likely to ever cast it, so maybe he's correct. And it's actually not a bad play. Like, at least he will have mana to cast stuff if he top decks it. Let's see, and made that one. This is the newly controlled. I use that one to pump. with everything. And opponent should be... I don't think he has anything. Maybe a, what's it called? A snaring bridge could be annoying. The perfect Liliana into Liliana. We will lose out on 1 damage by playing it now, but I don't think it matters because he's at odd life total. So the clock, I think, doesn't change. Like, we would need to attack 3 times in either way. Sure, you don't need mana. Opponent says GG, and we win the second one. Okay, I have not missed the main deck Dark Ritual so far. Like, maybe against Burn it could have been okay, but we still won game 1 without them, so they're maybe not so important. And I have kind of liked the sinkholes. They were maybe a bit overkill in the last game, because like we would have won without the last sinkhole, but I think we were able to sinkhole in one of the first turns as well, and maybe that made a difference. Like, especially against either the decks with very few lands, without Daze, like of course against Daze it's bad, against non-Delver decks that are tight on mana, like Burn, or against the big mana decks, it's a fine card. Like, if we run into Cloudpost or Eldrazi, I think Sinkhole could be good as well. Maybe not Eldrazi, because they already have a Smasher online or something, but like on the play against Eldrazi, Sinkhole should be good as well. And we should be able to win at least one of our next 3 games to have a positive record here. So let's with a start like this, that should be very realistic. Korean, I would like to play first, yes. This one, again, like Rishadan Port is better than a random land here, because we're lacking in a 2-drop, so we can Thoughtseize him, and we'll still have something to do. Like, it would be a tricky keep if this was not a wasteland or a port. Even wasteland, it would slow us down in getting a 3-drop. Our opponent is on Miracles. So I will take the Ponder and hope they struggle a bit on land. Like, if I draw a Sinkhole, of course I will Snap Fire it off, and otherwise I'll just port him. Like, I may actually even cast a Smallpox if I find one. Just because they're, like, especially if they shuffle, they don't shuffle and draw, like, that means they have found another land. He did not shuffle. So yeah, porting him is probably the right play here. And then if they can't deal with the Liliana quickly enough, it should because they don't have double white for absent yet. If they can't deal with Liliana next turn, that's gonna be great for me. Ooh, they're still fetching basics. That's very good. Next turn Liliana, turn after Nether Void, unless they go Mentor, then maybe I need to Innocent Blood first. Like here I'm not sure which Liliana I prefer. Okay. I think because of the Mentor threat, I'm casting this Liliana first. Of course it can get, because they won't be able to get the token. And this Liliana won't be able to kill the Mentor. So we're more likely to get the Nether Void lock working with this Liliana. He has a basic. Oh yeah, he has Snapcaster Mage up. That means Nether Void is not yet safe. Actually, I can cast Nether Void, force him to cast Snapcaster Mage, and then make him sacrifice it. So yeah, unless they brainstorm into a Force of Will, I think this is a solid line. No Force of Will, please. I mean, they've seen a lot of cards with Ponder and Brainstorm, so I won't be angry if they have it, because they should have been able to find one already. The next turn I think I need to take the Unexpectedly Absent from their hand, because they only need like one more planes. Oh, they play Cavern, that's nasty. Okay, I think I need to start with Innocent Blood, and if they brainstorm in response, I need to get rid of my Liliana. I really need to find an answer to this cavern here. I think Tombstalker is not great here, but it's still the best threats. Like otherwise I'm not gonna be having enough threats in this game. Okay, they have Unexpectedly Absent mana. Actually, I won't be able to cast my own Tombstalker, so I need to tap their cavern down in their upkeep. They chose not to give me the Nether Void on top of my library. So we need one more card in the graveyard and one more card. Actually, I think I'm just gonna see what he will do here. Huh. He still does not want to unexpectedly absent. Actually, if he absents a Liliana, I won't be able to cast it again with Nether Void. So that's... or maybe he shuffled it away. That's also possible. Okay, he probably did shuffle it away. I'm still gonna keep it open in case. Like Smallpox isn't doing anything Liliana isn't doing, like screwing with their hand and creatures. Like, of course, like making them sacrifice a land is fun, but I don't want to sacrifice a land because I need this Doomstalker at some point. Okay. I think I'm fine with jamming Doomstalker here. I need to leave the other Doomstalker in the graveyard. Actually, I don't, because I already got rid of my Liliana of the last of the last hope. So I don't have a way of getting it back. Like, I am leaving myself open to Swords to Plowshares here. So I could just make sure, like I could maybe just have Ultimate Liliana first, and then he would be left with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, with like 4 lands and unlikely to ever play something. Yeah, I think I should have done it before casting the Doomstalker to avoid getting Swords to Plowshares. I want him to not have Cavern, so I put Cavern in the pile of 3 mana spells. I don't want him to have basic planes. So either I can waste him off Federal Wasteland, I can waste him off white, or waste him off like his Cavern and leave him. Oh, maybe he does have a Mentor coming up. Otherwise he wouldn't be playing it this way. Like, it may be correct to hold a swamp here, like in case I need to Smallpox and I need to keep another card in hand. Like it, yeah, and it avoids being awesome as usual. Oh, that's not nice of you, opponent. I don't know if he has something, but I think it's worth looking. Like, I could wait one turn. Oh, okay. At least he's unlikely to ever cast the Jace here. Unless he Like if he's close to getting to 7 mana, if he ever gets to 6 mana, I need to smallpox him. Actually, he needs to get to 7 mana, because I still have free shot on port. Mishra's Factory is great. One, two, three, four, five, six. I'm not gonna play the Urborg because I don't want him to get mana out of them without paying life. So he can Source of Plowshares this. Which would suck. Okay. I think I only have 3. No, actually, I still have Cursed Scroll. I think Cursed Scroll is my best win condition here. Because he only has Unexpectedly Absent to deal with it. 4 mana Ponder, sure. He will probably find a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. He did not make a land drop. So I think I can wait one more turn with the Smallpox in case he can make a land drop and cast Mentor even without Cavern of Souls now. So keeping the Smallpox open seems better here. Predict, okay. Tap this one, opponent makes a land drop and drops Chase. So I need to do this now. Yeah, I think we passed the window of opportunity for winning though. So I can just, I mean, I can't concede because I still have win conditions. And I think our opponent is getting too far ahead in mana to for us to win. Four mana Brainstorm, sure. Yeah, maybe I should have waited one turn with ultimating the Liliana, because that was a good form of pressure. But destroying 4 lands seemed really good at the time. So anyway, pause sideboard. I want Pithing Needle, maybe also Ratchet Bomb and Damnation. Maybe Chains? Oh, come on. I want to draw something that's not land. I'm gonna tap the white here, play around, like, make it harder for Unexpectedly Absent, because I think there are no double blue spells except Chase. There are more double white spells. At least it's something. Double Chase, Counterspell, Force of Will. Not great. Like, Snapcaster doesn't do anything. He can Force of Will something we play. He can even counterspell it if he untaps and plays land. Like, he still needs 2 more mana to play the Chase, 3 more mana with Rishadan Port. So I think I need to go after one of the counter spells. I think I'm gonna go for Force of Will for being the most flexible. And I can actually play around counterspell by tapping tapping a blue land in my main phase, then going to second main. Like, it's not necessary here though. Yes, I want to pay. He can't beat it. Good for me. So we won after all. Needle on Chase seems necessary, even though it's like 3 cards to bring in against 2 or 3 of his cards. So like drawing several of them isn't great. These are maybe against Mentor or Entreaty Angels, and just against like the Predict engine. Nether Void may not be good enough here, same for Trinisphere. Pardon me. So I'm gonna start with, especially on the draw. Like, Nether Void was really good in this game, but I have a feeling it's not gonna be as good post board. And I don't think I want to screw myself on mana here, because they run a lot of lands and cantrips. Maybe a single... Actually, Ratchet Bomb is not that great. Maybe Damnation is better. And maybe on the draw, Sinkhole isn't too great either. Actually, Sinkhole is still better than Smallpox, generally. And I want to keep this, like, this. I mean, with Old Miracles on the draw, this would be not good enough, because they would go turn 1 top and actually have Pitting Needle. Yeah, at least my my discard spells wouldn't be able to take his top anymore. Here I'm going to force him to crack his fetch land. And then I'm still gonna name Chase. But if he does not crack, ooh. I mean, I have a Thoughtseize for his Chase, so I don't really. I just wanna Stone Rain him. Unexpectedly Absent could be annoying with the Pithing Needle. Oh yeah, of course he could absent the needle and then still fetch. That makes sense. Here I think I want to go for the Snapcaster Mage before he can draw land and get, like, before he can get any value out of it. Oh, no, actually I need to... I don't... Do I need to take the chase? That's a good question. Like his Snapcaster isn't gonna do much yet. And we can kill it, so it's just gonna be annoying, I think. I think I have to be a responsible adult and because Jace is good against Doomstalker. Like it would die probably to Cursed Scroll and Mishra's Factory. But that's not a guarantee. So here I think I want to attack, and if he wants to block me, I can Fatal Push it. Like I really want him to waste the Snapcaster Mage before having any spell to flashback. But sadly enough he does not go for it. Makes sense. Yeah, now he has a better use for his Snapcaster. So next turn he might be wanting to Snapcaster Brainstorm. If I lure him into it. It is kind of risky if he has like Force of Will for my Fatal Push. Because I need this Mishra's Factory, obviously. He may end of turn Brainstorm, so I want to push it before he can declare it as a blocker. Even though this opens me up to Flusterstorm. But Flusterstorm would also mean he can't flashback his Brainstorm. But I think getting in the 2 damage before he can get a blocker was worth taking this play. And I don't know how he feels about Terminus against a deck that has a lot of sorceries, like around a deck that only gets hits like it's Doomstalker by the Terminus, not the sorcery speed, manland, and Curse Scroll. So I think I might just Chan Doomstalker here because I want to get my hand empty for the Curse Scroll. And here I'm gonna name Jace. Like my opponent did not play a land this turn, like he did not shuffle, so he may have predict. Otherwise he would no, he would have predicted on his turn. And now I'm short mana for Doomstalker, so I think I'm not gonna run my Mishra's Factory into a Source of Plowshares, but rather take a 50% chance of... he really wants his fetch land. Sure. So yeah, I'll take the 50% chance of hitting with Curse Scroll here. And then untap and probably still play Doomstalker. Ooh, Mentor. Alright. Portent, sure. I'm gonna name Doomstalker here. So he knows he does not have, like, otherwise he knows he has to... I want to be able to hide Toxic Deluge in case, like, it makes a difference in his way to Portent. Okay, it did. And yeah, ooh, another deluge. Deluges will be really good with my Tombstalker. Like, they'll never have creatures that are big enough to play around it. I mean, unless they have like a mentor and then manage to have a triple brainstorm or something. I may want to upkeep, stop to make sure I hit with the Toxic Deluge. They may of course be so smart to leave open a mana to pump it in my turn. No, but they don't. I think I need to respond here. I think I would prefer top decking a black spell to top decking a land for my Mishra's Factory. So Toxic Deluge. Perfect hit. Oh, okay, that's unfortunate. At least I can keep pinging them for now. Like, if they ever play out the Jace into my Needle, then I will start pinging it with Scroll and Mishra's Factory, because then it will mean any top deck Snapcaster for Disenchant will ruin our day. Do I need to curse Scroll now? I think I want to do it now, in case we draw like a Smallpox which we don't want to cast yet. And that will reduce our chances of dealing damage. And yeah, they may have a removal spell for this, which will suck. I mean, by now they should really have found a removal spell, probably. Like Snapcaster Disenchant or something. Yeah. I'm curious whether they want to disenchant the scroll or the needle. Huh. Makes sense, leaving us without win conditions. Yeah, I could maybe have kept back my Mishra's Factory to force him to kill the Curse Scroll first. That was a big mistake. Like, maybe if I have two win cons online, it could be safer to only keep using one until they are forced to destroy it. Oh, they're gonna portent me probably. Yeah, gonna screw with my top decks. And I think I want to use the Deluge here to kill the Snapcaster. because they know I have it, so they're not gonna overextend into it anyway. Joy. Yeah, new miracles is equally annoying as old miracles. And if they let me have the Mishra's factory, it means they probably have an answer for it. But I'm still gonna attack with it, of course. Jace plus disenchant. I think I'm forced to attack the Jace here. Or their life total. They may untap Snapcaster. No, I think I have to attack the Jace. Just to be sure. Fair enough. Okay, it seems like they were only bluffing after all. And I'm still going to attack the Jace because I don't want to lose to a top deck Snapcaster unexpectedly absent or something. Like I basically gave them 4 life by not attacking them. And they drew a random card. So they're kind of unlikely to have an answer for this. Or at least they couldn't have predicted to have an answer. Sucks. Need to start drawing some gas. Liliana Lost Hope would be nice, like getting back my Tombstalker, while at the same time racing to a zombie token emblem. Yeah. Click? No. Fencer. Bouncing Swamp, sure. Okay, I think the Fencer lock is gonna be rough to beat. Ooh, wait, I sinkhole. Let's see, I sinkhole is Caracas in response, bounces Fencer, bounces the sinkhole. Yeah, I mean I have enough mana to cast it again. And then I can deluge away his Fencer. Or wait, he can actually just bounce his Caracas with his Fencer. Okay. And then I can, maybe I should have deluged first, but it would have cost me a lot of life. I think I'm fine. Like the Caracas doesn't do anything if he doesn't draw another Fencer or a click. Why is my opponent fetching? It's really bad if he draws a Brainstorm. See what's going on. I don't like either of these. Predict may get him to win the game in the end, but I really need to start getting win conditions. Like if he ever draws a Brainstorm or a Ponder or a Portent, this Predict will lose me the game, but if I ever draw a win condition, yeah, exactly what's gonna happen here. If I ever draw a win condition, the STP would ruin me. Hooray! Yeah, I wish I had a Toxic Deluge still. And like, I wish I would have waited one turn to Innocent Blood's Defensor. But he would have been able to replace Caracas, so... Okay, lesson of the day, take the Predict. Yeah, I could have won this game, I think, if I had played slightly differently. Just drawing a little. Maybe I can sideboard out one land against them, because I also sided out one or two small boxes. Okay, top deck Damnation for the win. Oh, he's not portenting me, predicting me. Oh, he's predicting. I thought he was portenting. Come on, Damnation. Is there a reason to play out Urborg? Not really. Come on, don't have it. Don't have it. Okay. That was a timely draw. But he has two cards in hand. Oh, he has a Pithing Needle. So it's much more likely to win this game. Yeah, he has Snapcaster Brainstorm. And I think that will give him too much value to for us to win this game. At least he'll be wasting some precious time. So he's more likely to time out in game 3 than I am. Sure. Yeah, replaying Pithing Needle isn't gonna save us here. Damnation was kind of good. I may want another one of them. I'm on the play, so these look a bit more tempting again. I was not... Like Innocent Blood wasn't good enough here, clearly. So Damnation seems superior. Yeah, I guess I can run back these same cards. Yes, I want to play first. And I think this does not have enough business to win the game. Okay, turn 1 Factory Curse Scroll, turn 2 Urborg Sinkhole him, Then start like inquisitioning him and attacking with the factory. At least like we have some sort of a clock here. We just need to not lose. Important doesn't do enough. Mentor, I think Snapcaster will be most annoying here. Like, I'm not gonna think too long about it, because I may still lose on time if my opponent plays quickly. Do I Pithing Needle here? Actually, I think I need to attack here, because I know all cards in my opponent's hands, and none of them deal with a factory attack. Like, he does have a blue card and a Force of Will, so he can counter my Deluge. So I think I need to Smallpox first, have it countered. Ooh, Snapcaster. That was not what I planned. So he still has a Mentor. I don't want a Smallpox here yet. I think I still need to Needle Jace or something. Like, I could have tried to Curse Scroll the Snapcaster. Let's see. I think I still need to jam the Toxic Deluge. Nah. It'll give him an extra token if he can counter it. Ooh, Wasteland. Does that do anything? Not really. Can try to ping the Mentor and have like a 50% chance. I think that's my best bet. I don't want him to know I have the Deluge, so I'm gonna name Smallpox. Ooh, grand. And I guess double blue is most annoying. And I'm gonna put an upkeep stop to make my Cursed Scrolls slightly better. Like, I can keep Factory as a blocker, which is weak to Swords to Plowshares. Or I can go for the Cursed Scrolls. I think I need to start, I need to keep Curse Scrolling and hoping to hit there. So I go after the Monk token first, and I keep naming Smallpox as long as he knows I have it. I mean, as long as he doesn't know I have Deluge. Oh, that's a pity. Now I can both Smallpox and use Mishra's Factory as a 3/3 blocker. So I think I'm not Curse Scrolling anymore. Opponent has 7 cards in hand. No! Ouch. Okay, so I Smallpox and Mishra's Factory block. And oh yeah, he's actually gonna force of will the smallpox. Or I deluge, no, I fatal push the token, and if he counters it, I can deluge. He does not. I think I may want to deluge for one here. It's kind of risky. I just want to get my opponents out of time, or out of attackers. Okay. He played that smartly. I think now I definitely played that wrong. So now I need to, like, if I don't play Smallpox, he can't force of will it, he gets one less token. And I can use the Mishra's Factory as a blocker. I just need my opponent to attack me very slowly, because I think one attack is gonna be enough for him. Or maybe 2 attacks. That's 5 damage. Is there a reason not to animate here? I think I have to try. Clearly I want to make it a 3-3 to gain more life. And I want to spam my opponent with additional activations. And I will still die because he can easily kill me in this amount of time. Oh, he's gonna hardcast Force. Yeah, our opponent deserved to win this game. Like, we should have won game 2, we shouldn't have won this one. Okay. 11 seconds on the clock, and yeah, our top decks wouldn't have stood us a chance. So, that was a stressful game. Like, even though we were not losing on clock, still playing against your opponent's clock almost running out is almost as stressful. Maybe because you're used, when you see the clock, like in Paper Magic, it's a stressful factor for you as well, because yeah, because the way the paper clock works. Bahra usually plays Death and Taxes, I think with Blood Moon in it, like Marks of the Moon. So this is kind of risky not having basics, but I just hope to Inquisition him out of the Blood Moon card. Like, on the play this would have been better, because a Vial will really wreck us. Oh. Seems like I guessed wrong. definitely want Brainstorm, because I want to deluge away his Deathrite army. And Calcooms. Right, sure. We just need him not to draw a Daze or a Force of Will, and I need to draw a another land. Come on, land. Yes. I think I have to jam here. Like every card I let my opponent draw, he comes closer to finding a counterspell for this. So I can't respect Daze here. Because if I don't draw a land next turn and he draws a Daze, I decreased my chances of resolving this. Wasteland is rough. So I guess if he has a fatal push, I kind of lose here. But Stoneforge is annoying. I mean, Batterskull is annoying. Jita is okay. Ulborg is better. Like, I may want to play around Daze here, but if I Smallpox, it will mean Smallpox, I can't cast my Liliana next turn either. So if I Sinkhole his White Source, at least he can't attack. I think I Sinkhole first to respect Daze, because Stoneforge and Jite are not a problem. Although, if he searched Jite because he randomly top decked Batterskull, yeah, I think I'm... Like if he has Batterskull, this is the better play. If he drew a Daze, then the Sinkhole would have been better. Edric, that's funny. I like. So, Innocent Blood. I think I'm discarding the Nether Void here because I'm kind of tight on mana myself. And he plays Wasteland, so I can't rely on Mishra's Factory to win me the game. And black. I'm gonna Sinkhole his Fetchland here because it has the most potential value along the line, along the way. Yeah, I think Trinisphere is okay. Wait, why is Jita in the graveyard? Oh, he discarded it to Liliana. Sure. Oh, he did have a Batterskull. So I did make the correct decision there. And I think my Cursed Scroll dies to less things, like he probably plays Swords to Plowshares. So Tombstalker is risky. but I really want to have a quick clock here. Like now he's at 14, I can attack twice with Factory and Tombstalker and he should be dead in 2 turns, potentially. Whew. And we win the game. Get some kind of banned, probably true name kind of deck, so maybe I want more sweepers. I haven't seen a chase, like I can probably deal with a single chase in the deck. Pardon me. So I don't think I want to bring in Pithing Needles yet. On the draw, I think Nether Void will be too slow against a quick deck like his. Like I can't deal with Batterskull really. Maybe I want one Pithing Needle here. And less Sinkhole on the draw. Like to randomly name a Batterskull so he can't return it to hand or a chase. Yeah, this seems fine. This seems good enough. Like if I did not concede game 2 against Miracles, I think actually I let him kill me with Snapcaster, right? Or did I concede? I don't remember. I think I need to take Stoneforge here, if I think about the late game. I could have, like if I had Fatal pushed his Deathrite, I would have been in a great position, but no such luck. He's attacking, and that's really bad for him. Because now I can Wasteland his drop, and then I can Fatal push his Deathrite, and he won't have a Flusterstorm up. And push your Deathrite. Push your Deathrite, win the game. Yeah, keeping one lander even with Deathrite seems risky against Pox. Won the game. On to the last one for today. Let's try to make a nice 4-on-1 with the deck. Like if we 4-on-1 with it, I think we have the potential to 5-0, because this was not a hopeless matchup. Like we lost deservedly, but we had a potential to win the second one, like not the third one. Like Engineered Plague or Dread of Night would have really helped us in this match, I think. Because Mentor is an annoying card. And if I had not played my Deluge there, like I may have slowed him down. Well, actually he had the Force of Will, so I think it doesn't matter. Yeah. Maybe I'll rewatch the game later myself and see if I could have played it out differently. Like I could not have won the game, I could just have made my opponent time out. So it doesn't really matter. Like it would just be angle shooting to gain a few seconds. Yeah, I could have replayed the Pithing Needle just to have my opponent respond to it, and like he would have lost a few seconds there. All these kind of things, but that's not like playing Magic. That's just trying to win by abusing the rules. Not abusing, by using the rules outside the game. So I think maybe because my opponent was almost timing out, I could have left in more cheap spells. Like I think I took out an Innocent Blood. I could have left it in just to slow him down. Like even though the card is not great, at least it would have had an impact on his clock. And I don't think I boarded out any other. Maybe Trinisphere could have been okay on the play. Like I could have put in Dark Rituals and Trinispheres and tried to kind of limit him to playing one spell a turn. Cutter Slade, yes, I'm going to play first. This is kind of funny in case he like only has 1 or 2 lands, but I think I can't afford to keep such hands. This is almost worse, but at least the Scry rule gives me a second land. Opponent is thinking. I don't remember, like either he's some kind of Storm player, but I think he's a Grixis player. At least our mulligan would make it easier to get Hellbent for our Curse Scroll. So that's kind of funny. Except he forced it. At least it was a Hymn to Thurek for 1 mana. That's not bad. Yeah, I don't think I like Sinkhole in Deathrite matchups, which are like 40% of Legacy. That's okay-ish. Now I still need to get my Liliana online. Also, because of course, because Deathrite decks play Daze, so that's maybe Death Daze and Deathrite in one deck is probably only like 25%. So yeah, I mean, Sinkhole is bad in maybe 30% of the games. Yeah, I think that's still good enough for a main deck spot. And our Liliana isn't gonna be good enough anymore. Like, it really should have hit the Insectile Aberration before it flipped. But it goes up to 4 and our opponent can only attack it for 2. So it's still worth... Like, I could use it to dredge, like to mill myself and try to get Tombstalker online. And I think I just have to start preventing damage here. Maybe the turn before it dies I can get... I can use the other ability. That's nasty. Yeah, I think I can cast the Tombstalker now and prevent the Deathrite from draining me much more. Like, by playing Tombstalker I prevent 3 damage as a blocker, while this will die for sure next turn anyway. And I don't need to play around days. So I don't want my opponent's Deathrite to have instants and sorceries. Probably not land either, although it doesn't really matter. And enchantment in case they do play some kind of goyfs. Because they're more likely to have artifacts in their deck themselves. Although I don't take them for being a goyf deck. Wasteland. Like, if I attack and he has a bolt, that would suck. Like, I have 7 damage a turn and he has like 8 damage a turn potentially. But I get to attack first, so I think I'm just gonna try. Like, by not attacking here, the True Name and the Deathrite will kill me outside of combat. I have to stop auto-yielding here, because if they have a Diabolic Edict, which they do sometimes these days, I need to animate my Mishra's Factory in response. Because my Tombstalker is more important to protect. So I go down to... Okay, I take 8, I go down to 6. I attack them down to 2, and then I lose. Okay. So I need to start blocking with the Tombstalker, unfortunately. I'm dead on board. I can't block with Mishra. So I need to attack with Mishra, block the Delver, and then swing back with the Tombstalker next turn as well. Fortunately, my opponent only has 1 sorcery to exile for now. So even if he cantrips into a land, I take 5 and I still survive. But then again, I actually I just die. Like even if I attack, my opponent can block the factory and I die on the return attack. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna animate my Mishra's factory in response because I'm a box player, so I need to troll people. Definitely want Damnation. May or may not want Ratchet Bomb because it kills like a Delver and a Deathrite at the same time. Probably don't want any of these. Probably don't want Sinkhole because as we saw they don't need a lot of mana to do stuff. I may want Chains over Nether Void to prevent them from cantripping their way out of a bad board state. And like Nether Void would be too slow against a Dazed Deathrite deck anyway. So yeah, as much removal as possible. Maybe actually a random Sinkhole is better than the Nether Void there. No, I think Nether Void. Maybe on the draw. If I win this one and I'm on the draw, I probably want to take out this Nether Void as well. And I probably want some number of Dark Ritual on the draw as well. Should be a winnable matchup. Like the True Name, like even though we have a lot of sacrifice effects, the True Name is kind of an annoying card. And like if they had the Young Pyromancer, the Liliana at Last Hope would have been awesome. But in this case, making them sacrifice a creature probably would have won us the game. Because then they wouldn't have had the Delver or the Deathrite, and they would have dealt a lot less damage. Oh, these hands are very awkward. These are the typical box hands you don't want to have. But because you're not a Brainstorm deck, you'll lose too often to mulliganing these kinds of unplayable hands. And I'll have to keep this and scry in 2 more lands. Because they're a wasteland deck, I don't mind jamming the Smallpox into a Daze, because I can't afford having my Urborg around too long anyway. Discard the... I think I'm gonna ditch the Deluge. Yeah, on the play, after a mulligan to 5, you really don't want to be discarding half your hand and sacrificing half your stuff. But anyways. Like now he has 5 cards against our 2 cards. So that's not... Like as long as we're only 1 for 1ing them, we're not gonna win this game. So we need to... maybe that's why the Deluge could have been good, because it's a potential 2 for 1. We need to get some sort of 2 for 1 here. I'm gonna wait with the Smallpox until they play a creature. Because otherwise we're 2 for 1ing ourselves. Like we're trading a card in hand and the land and the Smallpox itself. That's 3 cards for only 2 of theirs. But Young Pyromancer is really not what you want to see when you're casting the Smallpox. So I don't think I want to sacrifice a land here. This probably won't matter because he'll probably gonna name Liliana blind. Oh, fortunately he names the wrong Liliana. So if he takes Smallpox because we are mana scoots and we top deck a land, could be in okay shape. Then we still need to draw the sweeper, of course. But if he had kept the Deluge, he would definitely take the Deluge here. So by having the Liliana instead of the Deluge, at least you're still likely he makes the wrong choice and takes a Smallpox. Not very unlikely to win this one. Like taking Smallpox is strange because I would never trade an elemental token for one of my 2 only lands and discarding a Liliana. So I need a land and a sweet like Toxic Deluge. Or 2 lands and a Damnation. I do not need another Liliana. Though if I draw a land I can use and he draws a brick, then I can use both Lilianas to sweep his board. Oh, okay. If I play the Thoughtseize, I'm dead on board. If I don't play it, he attacks and I don't have any outs. So it doesn't really matter. He may even have a bolt in hand. Yeah. Yeah, mulligan to 5 kind of did us in there. Okay, it was still fun and we had the potential to get a much better result. So I will be playing this version of Pucks a bit more in the future. Maybe like change 1 or 2 cards here and there. But yeah, at least close to this one seems where I want to be for now. Maybe I will go back to the Dark Confidence sideboard, or I will find another way to deal with like either Monastery Mentor or Young Pyromancer stuff. Alright, see you next time.